Welcome to the next episode of our video series of assignment structure. So in this video, we are going to focus only on the application part. So we will go and see how we can structure application. Okay, in application, you can separate your application into three main sections. I mean, you can amalgamate and write it also, that is no problem, but make sure to cover these three areas in your application. So for the first one, what is happening in the company? So we have talked about this company, ABCOXYZ. So whatever the company that you have chosen, so what is happening in that company, and also the comparison versus LR. Literature will go through that again, and also highlights strength and weaknesses. So these are the three things that you need to focus while you're applying your company. We'll go through one by one and let's discuss about this more. Okay, now what is happening in the company? So we need to focus on the key elements again. Like I always say, focus key elements. Now what is happening in the company in terms of digitalization and customer service? For example, you can discuss about strategies. So what are the strategies that this company uses to tackle their customers digitally? So see the key element, digital strategies. So you can touch on digital strategies, the existing strategies, not the one that you are going to implement. Okay, so existing one. So that is why we have underlined this as what is happening. So existing strategies. What else? Processes. So what are the processes in place? Maybe the processes are different company to company it differs. So some companies they use A to Z. Some companies it's the vice versa. You can talk about your company. Maybe your process is this. Okay. So you can touch on processes as well. Another thing you can touch on systems. In this example, we can touch on system. What are the systems this company uses? Imagine your one of your friends uses ABC company, whereas you have chosen XYZ company. So your company may be using uh, SIM system about your what do you call the operating system, and also ABC, your friend's company uses, let's say, SAP. So it differs. So you don't have to worry about other companies and all that. You don't have to generalize things also. You just bring whatever the systems that the company that you have chosen, that they use. So basically, you need to refer to your company. Okay, what are the systems that they use? So you can bring those examples. In terms of this company, they're using these systems to increase their customer service, maybe to target their customers, maybe to promote something digitally. So these are the systems that they use. So under what is happening in the company, you can touch on many things. So out of these many things, you can touch on strategies, processes, systems as well. So if you have any more information, you can plug also under this section. So this is about what is happening in the company. Remember, this is existing things, not like you don't need to bring new things. Okay, you are not recommending here yet. You are going to touch on the existing strategies only, existing processes only, and also the systems that they use already. You remember the word existing. Yeah, always remember this is what is happening in the company. Okay, now the comparison. What is the comparison? So what are the things that you have to compare? Your company versus literature. So literature you have already discussed in the previous section, right? So second section it is about literature review. So you have discussed your literature. Now you need to compare your company against this literature. So for example, let's say imagine this company that you have chosen is a supermarket. Okay, XYZ supermarket. So in this supermarket, sorry, I imagine in this literature you have discussed in any company it is always better to have digital pay system where customers can pay instantly through their mobiles or anything. Yeah, So you have discussed in that periodical information in your literature, and you have put the citation saying, okay, quarter 2024, let's say. So basically it is about online pay system where customers can pay instantly. You have put the citation. It is going to benefit customers as well as the company. Yeah, that's your literature. Now what is comparing? Now you need to compare that literature against your company, whether your company has it or not. Maybe your company doesn't have such system. So imagine your company is also a supermarket. So do you have that facility? So in this company, there's no such facility. So you can say that. You don't have to have that. If you have it already, you can say, okay, in this company, there's a digital pay system where customers can get the benefit out of that facility. So it is basically literature and your company. I'm not saying that you have to go through each and every literature or theory or framework that you have discussed against your company, because that is not practical. So here and there, bring a couple of examples and just compare your company, whether your company also has it or not. Are your companies following it or not? Do you have something like that or not? So whatever the literature that you have discussed in the previous section, you can compare with your company that you have chosen. So under those strategies and all that, maybe you have a strategy that you have already discussed in the literature. Maybe in literature you have generally discussed, okay, it's better to have a strategy like this digitally to tackle your customers in a good way. So your company also has it. So you can mention that. Basically, literature against the company. You are just comparing. Okay, this is the last part on the application. Highlights. Highlights as in what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses. You can use a paragraph or maybe you can use a table even. Now you need to focus on strength of this company. This is not about literature now, this is about company only. So what are the strengths that you have in this company in terms of digitalization and customer service? For example, we have discussed, okay, maybe this is a supermarket. So what are the strengths that you have in terms of digital? Hmm? Let's say they have self checkouts. So you can have this counter for self checkout. So if you don't want to meet a person from the company, so they have the facility. So in this company, this XYZ company, they have this system or this strategy in place. Okay, so which is a good thing. And what else? And they have, let's say, digital discounts. If you pay by card without like paying them through cash, you can have, so sorry, you can have digital discount if you pay through card. Any digital method, if you can use a digital method to settle your bill, then you get maybe 10% discount. So that's another strategy that they have, the strategy that in place in this company, which is a strength. Yeah, because it's kind of a competitive advantage that you have when you have something like this. So those are the strength. So what are the weaknesses? These are just examples. In your company, things could be different. So weaknesses. Maybe they don't have QR payments. So there's an opportunity. Not just opportunity, this is like a weaknesses. You can even consider this as an opportunity as well. So QR payments, they don't have this in this supermarket. What else? What are the other weaknesses that you can have? Hmm. Let's say there's only one counter. Maybe they have self checkout counter, but there's only one counter for this. So digital checkouts, there's only one counter. So whereas they can have multiple, maybe three counters, because the self checkout volume are quite high, because nowadays people are more into digital stuff. They don't, they don't tend to spend more time on these queues and all. So increasing this could be like a good thing for this company, but in this company they don't have it. So it's a weakness for that. So, so when I say strength and weaknesses, don't just focus on SWOT analysis. Just remember the word strength and weaknesses. Okay, so these could be opportunities as well. So things like that you can bring. So in terms of your company and in terms of your topic, what are the strengths that they have? What are the weaknesses that they have? Just remember, always focus on key elements. Okay, see, these are all related to either digital expansion or customer service or to both. To make sure you have that focus in this. So this is the highlights. So these are the highlights that you can refer under these sections. Okay. Now we have covered three sections under application. What is happening, comparison, and highlights. So under what is happening, remember the word ing form. So what is happening now, not the one that you're going to recommend. So under that we have covered strategies, processes, systems. So what are the things that they have in place? And then comparison against the literature. So the literature you have discussed in the initial stage of your assignment. So from that you can bring a couple of examples and compare against your company. So in this company, this is what is happening compared to the literature. In literature, you have said if you do this, it is good, and in this company, there's no such thing. So there's no benefit in that. So that's the comparison that you have done in this part under comparison against basically you are bring your company and compare that against your literature in terms of digital strategy and customer service. And then you have highlights. So on the highlights you need to focus on strengths and weaknesses. So what are the strengths that you have and also what are the weaknesses, the things that you can improve, not the recommendation, the weaknesses. You don't have this. Okay, you are not recommending, you don't have this yet. Okay, so under strength and weaknesses you can touch on that as well. So when you cover these things, you are okay. Actually your basics are like covered in your application part in your assignment. I know in some assignments there could be like different things that you have to bring. Like I always say, focus in assignment structure, because this is something that I've explained in basics. Maybe your topic would be like something different, not like digital expansion and customer service. Maybe you have additional information that you need to plug, maybe less information. That depends on your assessment criteria. So my advice is always focus on your guideline and the key elements. This focus on key elements is a must, otherwise we will go out of the track. So this is about the application part. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can always comment. I will be there to help you all. See you in the next video.